Have you ever wondered how a group of nomadic herders from the windswept steppes of Central Asia managed to create one of the largest land empires the world has ever seen? Today we're taking a deep dive into the Mongolian Empire, exploring its humble beginnings, its meteoric expansion, and the cultural legacy that still resonates around the globe. If you enjoy adventures through history and discovering how past empires shaped our modern world, remember to subscribe for more captivating content just like this. The Mongolian steppes picture vast grasslands that stretch as far as the horizon, temperatures that can swing from scorching heat to frigid cold, and a hardy people who relied on horses, archery, and each other to survive. This was the backdrop to the Mongolian steppes in the 12th century, a land where clan rivalries were common, and the ability to adapt quickly was everything. The Mongols were primarily nomadic herders, moving with their flocks of sheep and goats, and living in portable dwellings known as gers, also referred to as yurts. It was in this environment that one individual emerged, who would go on to unify these clans into a force that no one could have anticipated. Genghis Khan, early life and rise born. As Temujin in the 1160s, Genghis Khan experienced significant hardships early on, disputes between tribes, personal betrayals, and the constant struggle to secure resources. These challenges forged an exceptionally resilient leader. Unifying the tribes, Genghis Khan understood that lasting power required unity. By forging alliances, both through family ties and strategic diplomacy, he gradually brought the splintered Mongol clans under his leadership. Merit over aristocracy. Unlike many cultures of the time, Genghis Khan promoted people based on skill and loyalty rather than aristocratic birth. This practice boosted loyalty and spurred innovation within his ranks. A vision of expansion. After consolidating control over the Mongolian steppe, Genghis Khan set his sights beyond. He believed in extending his influence not just to gain land, but to secure trade routes, resources, and ensure his newly formed union wouldn't fracture. If you're enjoying this exploration so far, don't forget to like this video to let us know you want more historic deep dives. Military innovations and tactics. How did a relatively small group of horsemen topple established powers across Eurasia? The answer lies in the Mongols' innovative warfare tactics, which combined mobility, discipline, and psychological strategy. Mounted archery. The Mongols were arguably the most skilled horse-mounted archers of their era. They could ride swiftly across challenging terrains, firing arrows with remarkable accuracy. Communication and coordination. Their armies used a system of flags, torches, and courier riders to coordinate attacks over vast distances. This high level of organization was groundbreaking and often caught enemies off guard. Strategic alliances. The Mongols forged treaties and alliances that gave them safe passage or additional resources. Some city-states chose to join them, attracted by the prospect of trade and protection. Adaptability. Whenever the Mongols encountered new forms of warfare or technology, like fortified cities or different styles of siege equipment, they quickly learned, adapted, and implemented these methods in their own campaigns. The peak of power. The reign of the great Khans. At its height, the Mongolian Empire stretched from the shores of the Pacific Ocean to Eastern Europe, encompassing diverse cultures, religions, and languages. Administration and the Yasa Code. Genghis Khan introduced a system of laws and regulations, collectively known as the Yasa, which emphasized loyalty, discipline, and order. This legal framework helped keep the vast empire unified. Karakorum, the capital. Although it wasn't as lavish as European or Middle Eastern cities, Karakorum served as the administrative and cultural hub. Exotic goods and ideas from distant lands found their way here, forging a cosmopolitan atmosphere. Succession and division. After Genghis Khan's time, the empire was eventually partitioned among his descendants into various khanates, including the Golden Horde in Russia, the Chagatai Khanate in Central Asia, and the Yuan dynasty in China. Cultural and economic impact. Despite their fearsome reputation on the battlefield, the Mongols had a profound influence on trade and cultural exchange. The Silk Road. Under Mongol protection, the Silk Road trade routes became safer and more profitable. This allowed merchants, travelers, and scholars, like Marco Polo, to cross Eurasia with fewer obstacles, facilitating a massive exchange of goods and ideas. Religious tolerance. The empire was known for its relative religious tolerance. Buddhists, Christians, Muslims, and other faiths coexisted, which helped promote stability in newly conquered or incorporated regions. Art and technology transfer. Skilled artisans, engineers, and scholars were often relocated across the empire, enabling rapid dissemination of technologies, like gunpowder and printing, artistry, and intellectual thought. Life within the empire. Beyond conquests and rulers, life in the Mongolian Empire was as diverse as the territories it covered. Nomadic traditions. Even with the rise of large cities, nomadic traditions remained vibrant. Many Mongols continued their practices of seasonal migration, livestock herding, and living in girs, blending of cultures. In places like the Yuan dynasty in China, traditional Chinese bureaucratic methods merged with Mongolian leadership. This blend paved the way for unique administrative and cultural developments. Everyday challenges. Just like any vast empire, governance issues, language barriers, and occasional rebellions challenged the empire's stability. Still, the central authority usually managed to address these issues through a mix of strategic appointments and forceful interventions. The empire's transformation and legacy. Over time, internal conflicts, administrative complexity, and external pressures chipped away at the Mongolian Empire. Different Khanates adopted local customs, effectively evolving into distinct entities. But even as it fractured, the Mongolian Empire left a lasting mark. Global interconnectivity. The Mongols played a pivotal role in linking various parts of the Old World. Ideas, goods, and technologies traveled across thousands of miles, accelerating global development. Military tactics for future generations. Many later empires and kingdoms studied Mongolian battle strategies, learning about mobility, espionage, and psychological warfare. Cultural exchanges. Art, music, religion, and culinary practices flowed freely between East and West, laying the groundwork for future global interactions. Conclusion and reflection. From its origins in the harsh steppes of Central Asia to its vast dominions across continents, the Mongolian Empire remains a fascinating case study of how leadership, adaptability, and a strong collective identity can shape history. Its influence on trade, cultural exchange, and even modern governance is still evident centuries later. If you haven't yet subscribed, now's a great time. Join our community to dive into more intriguing histories and uncover the legacies of ancient civilizations. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.